Oh, welcome back.
The Yap on Tap.
Woohoo!
Woo! I bring you the book from hell.
They give you a black book.
hmm
They could, is it gridded?
No, thank goodness, but I had to ask for it. All right, guys, topic of the day, grippy sock jail. I'm gonna try and limit the swearing, but it's going to come out. All right. We're gonna be honest, we're gonna be blunt. I
I
smelled
think at some
shit.
point on today, there should be my recount of the situation, and then there
Do
should
we
be
want to
your
do that
recount.
first, or do we want to laugh first? Do we want to laugh or do we want to cry? Anybody? Any takers? Any takers? Oh,
You still haven't fully explained what is going on.
we don't
So
have a full audience, so I will explain and then why don't I explain, then you do your take, and then I will read my journal.
if you want to do that, you're the birthday girl, that's fine. That is a little backwards though, because you were the one experiencing it.
No, so I'm going to give my take, then you give your like what you thought was actually happening.
Okay, sure.
Wait, does that not make sense? What do you think makes sense? My journal?
No, no.
No, not
I
no,
don't
my
think we
journal
start with the
drafts.
journal. I think as someone who knew the most of the least,
You should go first.
right.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
go.
Okay. So I was in Dallas celebrating Paige's early birthday,
I
which
was
some
there too, guys. Don't worry.
Paige was there as well celebrating Paige's birthday. Some people, some true fans, a shout out that are on the podcast Instagram, saw some pictures of you for your birthday. Woohoo! Did you even know that I posted pictures about
Nope, I haven't been on
didn't think
Instagram.
so. That's okay. Well, you didn't have your phone, so that's fair.
Also, didn't
Um,
have my phone in the
so
cycle.
way to give it away. Okay, so
I already said that in the
I,
beginning.
huh?
I already said that in the beginning.
No, you said Grippy Sock Jail.
Same difference. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. So I'm in Dallas. There's a blizzard in Boston. All flights are canceled. I end up flying home to Chicago, and that's like relevant, not relevant, whatever. I'm trying to get back to where I actually live, and stress city. And I get a call, an unknown number call from like California, like West Coast. I don't know what it is. My phone, I think, pinged it as California. I don't know. They called me like three times and it was a 951 number. And I was like, what the? And I was like, what is this? And my phone was on Do Not Disturb, so they called multiple times. And turns out it's my sister's therapist. And I'm like, oh fuck. And essentially what happened was
She thought I saw the pearly gates, guys.
I did. What happened was
How did
I'm
I did
on the
not.
call. Paige did not. This is real Paige. This is not AI Paige. And so what happened was Paige is like technically on the phone call with her therapist, and then her therapist also called me and was basically like, I can't get an assessment on your sister. You're her emergency contact. We got to figure something out. She needs to go to the hospital. And I was like, and we can get into the note, but there was a
No,
note.
no wonder she kept you on mute. She
Yeah. Yeah. I had to st I was on a walk with the dog. I had already walked like a mile and a half, and I got this phone call literally as I'm like closing in on my 2 miles to go home. And I'm like on this walk lap that I was doing. And that's when I get the call. It's so cold out, don't have proper gloves. I'm wearing gloves from like sixth grade because that's what we have at our house. And so cold. And then I'm like, well, I'm not taking this call at home. So I like kept on walking. I think I walked like 3.74 miles at the end of it. Like I like doubled what I was doing just to like stay on this call. I had to stop. I was bent over, doubled over, crying on the side of that road by our house with
cross-eyed.
with our dog just like sitting there, and I'm just crying. Oh my God. I was like, anytime I walk by someone, I'm like,
Oh, spots are in your eyes.
I'm like, I'm cold. And then she's like, oh, like her person's gonna come pick her up. I'm like, where is she? And so that's my side. And then again, the only information that I was told was that you wrote a note for whoever came to your house that found you. So from my perspective, in my head, I'm like, oh my God,
Okay.
Paige was planning on dying, but weird because she said she'd tell me.
I did. I agreed.
Told
And we
me
do
so
have that
that
on
we
recording.
have that on recording, and I told your therapist that, and
Yeah.
I said that is the not the only reason why I don't think you actually tried to hurt yourself, but
Mhm.
I was like, I don't think she'd lie to me. So that was like the one thing holding me sane. So I was like, thank God we talked about that last week or whatever. So yeah. And then you get in there, you're like sleeping the whole time, understandably. But then I'm finding out all the information, but not like quickly because I'm not there with you. And so it was just very stressful. And you're 2 hours behind or 1 hour, whatever. So like by the time I went to bed, you still hadn't been admitted yet. And I just like felt bad for going to bed, but I was so tired. I've
I
been
was so
crying all night.
tired.
Been crying so all night long. I'm like, I need to go to bed because I'm exhausted from crying.
Yeah.
So my eyeballs were burning.
Yeah.
So wake up the next day to your text being like, hey, yo, 2 a.m. I'm being admitted to the hospital. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I didn't hear from you like for like a day and a half, which is like obviously crazy given our relationship because we
Yeah.
talk a lot every single day. So that was my side of the story.
Uh-huh. So let's all take a moment and wish Brooke happy healing on this traumatic journey because I can laugh about it now because it was so traumatizing. But it really showed me how much, like,
What, I care about you?
no,
Oh, good.
how much, geez, I know you care about me. Like, how much information can get skewed so easily just by like the perspective or whatever.
Perspective and perception.
Yes, both of those things. Thank you. So basically, I was totally out of it during the Dallas, like not totally, but more so than not. And I was extremely tired. Anytime I sat down, I fell asleep. Like I
Like if you
completely
were not
forgot.
actively talking to someone, you fell asleep.
Correct. Like if I was not engaging in a conversation, I was slumped.
Yeah.
And I didn't know why. I was like, okay, like I am having a really good time, but I'm just really tired. No clue why. Um, Monday happens, and then I fall asleep, and I had plans for Monday afternoon or like evening, but I went to take a nap and I slept for like 5.5 hours instead. Missed my plans that I was so excited for. So I was like, something feels very off. I'm very confused. I was basically paranoid because I was so confused. I was trying to like talk to myself in the mirror and be like, no, like you're okay. But it was coming out as like, no, you're okay. Like
Very
Eve from
convincing.
Wally is what I sounded like. And then I fell asleep, missed my alarms in the morning for work, and was like, I can't go into work like this. Except it was like, I can't go into work. Like then I went from E from Wally to the sloth from Zootopia, and then I just completely morphed generations or whatever ages, and I became a blackout drunk without drinking anything because my medicine had messed with my cognitive ability. And so that note that I wrote was not because I wanted to harm myself at all, at all. I had a fear I was going to fall asleep and possibly not wake up. And I was embarrassed of the state of my house, which is something we can get into in a different topic if we want. But basically, I was embarrassed if someone were to find me if I were to have not woken up. I will say that. And then I'm on the call with my therapist, talking as fast as I could.
Yeah, that is what it sounded like.
And it was so hard. It was so hard to get out a single word, well, a single word. Like to say that I felt awful. She was like, that took you 2 minutes to tell me, like, what is going on. And I was like, it's because of my medicine. Bob said I couldn't say it like that. It took so long. For our time's sake, I'm not going to keep doing that. But that's what it was like. Like, and it just progressively kept getting worse. And that's what progressively means, my bad. But then she was like, I need to get your emergency contact on the line. And I was like, okay, like, yeah, duh. And she was like, no, you need to get to the hospital. And I was like, okay. So all of that happened, but Brooke, all in this time, didn't know that that's what I was feeling. She was just told there was a note and Paige has to go to the hospital. So her mind went a racing, tears were a flowing, and I was asleep. And it was not great. And so I don't know really how to like sum it up, but that kind of gives like the gist. And then the hospital visit was actually awful. Well, not even the visit. The ER experience was absolutely awful. I had two doctors lie to me, which then resulted in me being admitted into the psych ward where they start.
Voluntarily or involuntarily?
So that's the confusing part because
Yeah,
they
because I
told
think
me it would be against medical advice, therefore would I would be charged for the entire emergency room visit by insurance if I didn't follow procedure to go to the psych ward.
right. So you voluntarily stayed, but I think if you would have left, Arizona has an involuntary hold where they are allowed to just decide you're not allowed to leave.
Yeah.
And so I think that technically on paper you voluntarily admitted, like decided, like they were like, you should stay. We are open to you staying. And then technically you were like, I will stay. So on paper it was voluntary, but I think that if you didn't say I will stay, I think they could have just strapped you down anyways.
No, I said I didn't want to say. I said that. But the doctor who saw me in the ER for 2 minutes, who I am holding a grudge with, I hope I never see that man again. He saw me for 2 minutes and wrote down that I was showing signs of schizophrenia and um what's I keep forgetting the H word. I was
Hallucinating?
yes, I was hallucinating and showing signs of schizophrenia.
Hmm.
Be so fucking for real. Jeez. And then he also wrote down that I was, oh my gosh, I don't even know if I told you this. We might not even get to the no book from hell because I had one of those in those TV shows where you have like that psych person outside the ER room. I had to take off all my clothes. Well, not in front of them, but I had to take off all my clothes and put on a cotton shirt and pants and grippy socks that made me smell atrocious. And then I had
Wait, hang on,
psych
hang on,
watch on
hang
me.
on, hang on,
I had
hang on,
psych
hang on,
watch on me.
hang on, hang on.
What?
How many days did you go without showering?
Oh, okay. So Saturday night, I showered, questionable shower
In Dallas, in
in
Dallas.
Dallas. Okay. Questionable shower in
Questionable
Dallas.
shower because the freaking air. I need to write a review for that Airbnb.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
First of all, yeah. So
yeah,
I showered, but this shower that I'm talking about, I had water above my cankles to shower
yeah.
to
That's going
shower
in the
with.
review.
Quite rough. So I didn't even like fully like cleanse
They gave
myself.
us shit. They gave us conditioner and
Conditioner
lotion.
and lotion.
Conditioner and lotion.
The hell is that? What am I supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do
Get
with that?
lubed up.
Oh, and so I took that questionably on Saturday. Brooke generously braided my hair Sunday morning. I traveled home
You didn't even
Sunday
wash your
evening
hair.
on two flights, may I add. I had a connector to Colorado and then a flight back to Phoenix. So that's one day. Then
That
Monday,
was Sunday.
what?
That was Sunday.
Sunday. I went
And
to
by the
work.
time you got home and went to bed, it was like 1:30 in the morning.
Yes, so I did not shower. I like rinsed off. I wouldn't even call it that. I was so tired. Monday I go to work with my
I
braid.
thought about getting in the
Yeah,
shower.
does that count?
Oh,
What are
balloons.
effects on
We got
Zoom?
balloons.
Oh my gosh. And so Monday I went to work with my hair braided and like then fell asleep at home. Tuesday I slept.
Dude,
Wait, hang on, it gets worse. Tuesday, I slept all day, and then when I was going to go to the emergency room, I didn't want to shower at this point. I was so in like functionality wise, I was like, I'm going to drown, which is why I also wrote the note because I was like, I can't shower.
all right, I
Something's
shouldn't
gonna
be
happen to me.
laughing.
I'm going to fall over, hit my head, and die, and it's gonna look like a fucking suicide. Like,
I'm sorry.
no, I was set up to fail. Like, I don't know who's testing me or who I hurt in my past life, but like, I'm fucking sorry. From the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry. Okay. So that was Tuesday. I go to the emergency room and I'm like, oh, I have the audacity to be like, it'll be smart to take out my 2-day-old braids because it'll look cute while I'm on the ER bed. That bitch was greasy as hell. Greasy as hell. You could wring her out. Okay. I'm in, sorry. That was a little, that was a lot. And then, so that's Tuesday. That's 3 days. I get admitted without a shower to the fucking psych ward. 3 days. After 3 days of not showering, guess what I learned to find out? You get to keep none of your personal belongings, not even my bra. I had to have people watch me piss.
You were nips out in the psych ward?
Bro, I was nips piercings out. I was full titty, full double D's out. Like literally one of these patients, I had to like file a report on him because he's like, I wonder if they would have co-ed rooms. Get out of here. I don't want your saggy dick and balls anywhere near my throat. All right? Get the hell out of here. However, I was possibly roomed with worse. I was
But
roomed
you
with
were in the
worse.
psych ward, so you couldn't even be like, I'm gonna kill you.
I couldn't. I couldn't. Which brings me, oh my gosh, I didn't even, oh my gosh, when I was in the ER, and this is when like the nurses, they literally like, oh my gosh, I swear, like this new generation of nurses, like makes me laugh, but there's so many things that could easily be like HR violations or something, or like HIPAA violations, not HR, or whatever. She was going to take my blood and she goes, I have a bad back, so I'm bringing you to heaven. And I was like, if I'm actually suicidal, bad thing to say to someone while you raise the bed up.
What the?
Right. So that happened. But yeah, this guy was like, I wonder if they'll let us do co-ed rooms. And I was like,
How old is this guy?
I think not. 87 years old.
No way. How do you know he was 87?
He told me.
Did he have a walker?
Brooke, I was the only person in the joint without a walker or wheelchair.
What?
Brooke, every single one of them had fall wrists, which is a yellow bracelet, or I can say that it's
You
unarmed.
should have just asked for a yellow
No,
one just for
okay,
attention.
it's like watch,
Yeah.
or what's the one where you plan it for other people?
What? Oh,
Yeah,
assisted?
no,
It's called like assisted
no. It's like when you're thinking of harming other people. What's that called?
manslaughter.
No, there's another word.
That's when you're,
Homicide. Homicide.
oh my God.
So there's suicide, fall risk. Fall risk is yellow, suicide's red, homicide watch is purple. Guess what my fucking roommate had?
Purple?
All three. I said, I'm I'm scared, Grandpa. I'm scared. All three. Guess who ended up having to get the booty juice 4 times while I was in there for 36 hours? My roommate. Guess who took a door off the hinges? My roommate. Guess who took the Velcro bathroom door off its Velcro? My roommate.
Was your roommate a girl?
Yes.
How old?
She was 38.
Why
And
are you allowed to have roommates in the psych ward?
I don't know, but that's something I wrote down. Apparently, everyone's got a roommate. We got budget cuts to make, and the crazies are getting roommates. All right, wrap it up because
They
I was
literally
scared
said
for my life.
Hunger Games.
Literally, that's what it felt like. The first time the doctors came in to the room and we're trying to talk to her, like once she was like starting to like not be doped up on like whatever she came in on, because she did come in on like some sort of drug that was not a prescribed drug, which is also something they thought I was trying to overdose, not that I was prescribed this medicine that messed me up. So
Well,
that
I
was
thought so
great.
too, given the circumstances. So,
Right. But I told them all this information. And
right.
they then were like, oh, you're not trying to overdose. Like you actually like want to be fine. And I'm like, that's what I've been trying to say my whole life. Sorry, there's a flyover. But basically, where was I going with this? Oh my gosh, the first visit that the doctors made to my roommate when she was in my room was at 5 a.m. And the words out of her mouth were, if you say another word to me, I will kill the person beside me. Please get me out of here. Get me out of here. How is someone supposed to get better in those situations? Like, if I was not
Were you guys
actually better
restrained?
overnight, no. She had to have a spit mask on though after like the first thing, and then that's when they moved me rooms. But like, she was my initial roommate, but they had to put a spit mask on her, so whenever she spat, it actually like went back to her. And
I'd never heard of what a spit
she
mask
ended
is.
up being like cuffed. So it's kind of like, like what like furries will wear. It's kind of
Yeah.
something like that, but it's a medical device. Yeah. They had to
Oh
pull that
my
out on her.
God.
Yeah. That's what my roommate had to have on. Lovely. And so I got moved after her first like showdown throwdown. And they come into the what they call the day room, even though it's one of the two rooms you get to spend time in. Like you literally are not allowed outside. There's not an outside property. The
Their
windows,
window?
like the windows are dusty as heck, and it's like an airplane window paneling because it can't be glass because then people can break it and then cut themselves. So there's all these different things which like are good for safety purposes, but to someone who gained their cognitive ability after they slept it off and were monitored, but then given a friggin' homicidal, suicidal roommate, terrifying. Like, absolutely bonkers and traumatic. And then I was put with a woman that just wanted to be doped up so she couldn't feel anything and basically requested enough stuff so she could overdose. And I was like, this is awful. Please get me out of here. Yeah. I was admitted into the psych ward at 3:30 a.m. and then told that the next person near this lady she was gonna kill. And I was like, I'm tired. I'm so done with this.
I smell so bad.
Yeah. So I think that's like the general gist. I have a lot of stories to tell, but I think I should read my notebook now.
Okay, we have 6 minutes left, so
Okay, this is gonna be great. We didn't really talk about much. I just kind of vented. We can record a different episode if you want.
no. Grippy
Okay.
Taco Bell.
You're right. So I started by making a to-do list. Didn't get very far. I would,
Wait, while you're making your to-do list,
yes.
on my side of things, Paige's phone is like off. It says her location's at the hospital, but her phone's like off. Nothing's being delivered, but I kept on texting her anyways.
Yeah. Brooke sent me a picture of
And
her helmet. That was very nice.
my bike helmet. But I sent Paige this meme and it was like me at 3:30 in the morning making a to-do list to fix my entire life. And I sent it to her while she's in the psych ward and I said, you right now.
I honestly thought that was so funny when I got
I thought that was so funny. It's
it.
like this girl on the floor in her room with like a cigarette and it's like 3:30 in the morning writing a to-do list so that tomorrow I can change my entire life. And I was like, this is you right now.
That was me writing my to-do list. You would be correct. Okay. Things to talk about on podcast. Didn't put the word the. Great job, Paige. You had plenty of time, but you didn't. Roommate. You don't get your own room. Okay. I smell bad. Bolded, underlined in my own handwriting. Like, girl, give me deodorant that works.
They
Why
gave you deodorant?
I asked for a toothbrush and like face wash and deodorant, and they looked at me like I had three heads on. And I was like, I need to be clean. And they're like, we aren't used to people wanting to take care of themselves in this unit. And I said, I know, that's why I don't belong here. I don't even think we ended up talking about how long it took me to shower. I went like 5 days without showering
You didn't shower till you got home.
till I got home,
Like 2 days after that.
which was Thursday at that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, 5 days.
So Sunday, Monday,
5 days.
Tuesday.
Without like a change of clothes for a solid 48 hours of that
They
time.
give you underwear?
Yeah, but you can only get a new pair every 2 days. What in the hygiene is that? Also, it's not really underwear, it's like stretchable cotton. Also, the pants didn't fit over my ass and my fupa, so that was rough. I was
I
like,
was gonna
you're
ask
gonna
you.
split at any time. I was like, anyway, a girl can get a 2XL. Anyway? And they're like, no, you got a tiny waist. I'm like, girl, no, I don't. Like, thank
They've
you.
got two
You
sizes.
think I'm skinny. These people are about to see my ass. They're already
And we
saying
have
my nipple
another
piercings were great.
violation.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and freaking David would love that to happen, wouldn't he? Oh
I
God.
don't think you can say his name, but who knows?
That's an alias. His actual name was Dipshit. All right. Oh, oh, my next point. Why am I in the shittiest underwear, pants, and shirt ever to be put on this planet? Okay. My hair is so greasy. How the fuck, emphasis on the fuck, did that happen? Bitch, because you didn't shower for 4 days. Okay, moving on. Answer my own question. The doctor lied to me last night. LOL, no surprise there. I want a Dairy Queen Blizzard, large, Reese's, ASAP, OMG. Oh, thank God lunch is here. 12:05 p.m. Did I mention they watch you pee? I want to change into my clothes. OMG. I need to watch Heated Rivalry. LOL. The doctor just said, "Oh, good. You're journaling." Yes, about my favorite gay hockey men and ice cream. How am I supposed to eat a chicken breast without a knife? Bruh. We
How
are
was the chicken?
what?
How was the chicken?
I'll get there. We aren't allowed outside, so I'm eating my lazy ass chicken breast by a window. BRB, crying. This chicken isn't even edible. I feel so gross being here. Get me out. Holy shit. I need my bed and my candles and my Dumbo. I need my damn Aquaphor.
That's all your book?
How much time do we have? Okay, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. No, no, no. There's more. I just want to make sure we have time.
Well, no. So when we started recording, that was 30 minutes ago, roughly.
This says time left, 9:30.
Yeah, for like the 40-minute Zoom. So I don't know what we want to keep in terms of time.
Right. I'm almost done with my list.
Yeah.
Okay. Less than 24 hours left, but I wish I was going home today like they told me. This next one's kind of sad. I hope Brooke and Chase don't see this as I'm a failure. JK, I know they won't. I I wonder what the other patients think of me. Boy, do my feet smell. My roommate stopped snoring, so I'm gonna try and sleep if she doesn't kill me.
How are you supposed to sleep in these circumstances?
I don't know.
Are you guys chained down while you're sleeping?
No,
You should be, I think.
I agree.
Like for safety purposes.
Probably. Probably.
Did you
Okay.
sleep at all?
Not like yes, but not really. I slept more in the daytime because there were more nurses. But even like at nighttime, the two roommates I was with had to have checks every 15 minutes. And the doors had to be open into the main area where the lights are always on.
So much can happen in 15
So
minutes.
every single hospital call comes over like the PA. So I heard every single call for like 38 hours straight because neither of my roommates I had were allowed the door closed.
This literally sounds like a living hell.
It the book from hell. That's what I give you. Like I was not
Like this
exaggerating.
sounds like psychological warfare.
Yes, I was actually, and like when you aren't impaired at all, it is so hard to be a patient in there. Like
Yeah.
that's why I started crying because I was like, this wasn't my fault. Like X, Y, and Z happened, and I wanted to take care of myself. Why am I having to deal with this? Like, oh my gosh. And then the last few, I don't really. Oh, yeah. I said, maybe sleep will be best to pass the time. I don't know what else you would do in here. I can't even get playing cards without it being signed off on. Then I don't know. I started stimming and I said, beefing with my chick while I'm in grippy sock jail. Do you know that stim? Beefing with my chick while I'm in jail. Beefing with my chick while I'm in jail. But I changed it to grippy sock jail. Then I said, will you come to my cottage this summer if I ever get out of this hellhole? Then I said, the mirrors are warped. Maybe I could pop my pimples if I was in here. Can't do that because it's just literally like because you can't be glass. And
Mm.
then I said, my pores are gasping for air. My glasses are acting as a magnifying glass to the blackheads on my nose. And did I mention my feet reek? And that was the end of it. And then I wrote some like letters to people, just like as if I were texting them. Not
Right.
not bad letters. Jeez. Not bad letters.
Yeah.
Not bad letters. Like,
No.
hey, thinking of you letters.
Yeah. Sent from jail.
Sent from Grippy Sock Jail. XOXO, a girl who now may want to kill herself. I'm kidding.
Gossip girl.
Gossip girl. Yeah, so that's my life. I hope you enjoyed it because I know I
I
didn't. No, but that was my experience, and it was like a living. I mean, that's the best. Like I know how people say like they wouldn't wish that on their worst enemy. Like it it felt like torture in like a very weird way, and
No,
like
it sounded like torture.
and the things you hear from these people because they are impaired, and like I'm glad they are in there getting the help they need, but that was not the unit I was supposed to be in, and that's why it was so hard to deal with.
Yeah.
And it was just like this one guy was telling me stories about how he worked on Alcatraz, and all I could think of was Chase thinking that Alcatraz was Auschwitz.
We'll have to get into that in the next one.
Wow, Chase is still with me. And then the Celtics were playing, and this one guy was like, "Go, go, go, go!" And I was like, "Oh, Brooke's with me."
Whatever got you through.
I was just lying to myself. I was just lying to myself so I didn't like cry more. Cause like literally, what am I supposed to do? The room I was allowed in was like 3 steps away. Like the only walking area was maybe like 30 yards in like a U from where we could go with because of the locked doors.
I would just be doing circles
That's what it's not
the whole
circles.
day.
It's just horseshoe. Not even a full circle. It's a horseshoe. So all I heard was ee, 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 ee of the
What is
walkers and then
that?
of the
The cane.
wheelchairs
Oh yeah.
and the canes.
Yeah.
I was the only person in that place that didn't have a
That is crazy.
walking device. Is that what you would call it?
Yeah. Like impair. Yeah.
Yeah. The people I was discharged with, like when you leave the hospital, 2 wheelchairs and a walker and me.
You brought the average age down in that place by like 20 years.
I would say possibly 35.
No, because it's an average and there's more of them. So, and there's only one of you. So,
Oh, you are actually so right. You're so
mathematically
right.
speaking.
I am, yeah. Yeah. Even the patients, oh, I didn't write this down because, we didn't really fully get into it, but I could tell you so much more of my experience. I started taking coffee orders. So if you need a barista, I can work with pre-brewed coffee, sugar packets, and creamer packets because they're not even allowed the liquid creamer. It's
Why?
creamer packets because the things are too sharp.
That would have been my guess.
And I played solitaire by myself for 5 hours straight.
What else are you gonna do? You should go hustle someone in solitaire.
Oh my god, I easily could. I started playing like different types of hands. I started playing the like intense version, and literally like one nurse came up to me. She was like, "Why are you in here?" And I was like, "Can you release me?" And she
Yeah,
was
can you break me out?
like, "No." I was like, "Okay." They fucking lied to me.
I'll slip you this 20.
Right. I don't
But
have
I
it.
don't have.
I won't have it, but I'll pretend I'll pull it out of my boobs that
Yeah.
are just free nilly right now. Social distancing, may I add, with no support. My neck started to hurt. I got like 4 pounds just hanging.
Ow.
You wouldn't know. But
I
like
wouldn't know.
hard. It's rough out here.
I
Okay,
don't know if Zoom can capture this visual. What are you talking about?
girl, take some. Like, oh my God.
I am in a sports bra right now,
Wait, I'm
which is
that's great. Okay, wait. One thing you're thankful for, or I'll go fast and then you can just blab until it cuts you out.
what?
I'm thankful for this thing that was put on my For You page. It says, you gotta be smoking deep fried dick if you think I give a chicken fried fuck about your opinion of me. And that's what I want to close this out with. Reason, was it Reason to Live? Whatever you said.
Yeah.
Okay, you got a minute until it cuts you off. Spitball, go. Because I talked the
Okay.
whole time.
I've been trying to like really, really hard like romanticize my bed because I really don't like going to bed. And so I'm trying to make it more like cozy wozy.
Mhm.
And I love showering and then journaling. So I'm trying to get myself to do that earlier. So whenever I get into bed every night, I go, my bed's so cozy. I love it.
Mm. My bad.
And then,
Cozy.
oh, my bed.
Mm.
Mm.
Look at those
So,
tight corners and my million
so right
stuffy
now, I'd say my reason to live is my cozy bed.
bed. That's so good though. That's so good.
Thanks.
That's good you feel safe there.
Thanks.
Or you're trying to feel safe there. Yeah, that's good. Mm.
Mm, I like